How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing a 3-team rebuild. It's exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to randomly select 3 teams and we got to rebuild them all. So I got a strategy, but let's pick the teams first. So I'm going to randomly select it. Close my eyes right now. I'm going to stop in 3, 2, 1. So the first team is the Atlanta Hawks. Go through it again. 3, 2, 1. Second team, the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay. And the third team is... Oh, I landed on the Hawks again. Okay, we'll keep going. The third team is going to be the Indiana Pacers. Those are 3 teams that I haven't rebuilt yet, so it should be a lot of fun. So, okay, it's exactly what it sounds like. We got 3 years, 3-year rebuild, or 3-team rebuild. Each year, I'm going to focus on one team, rebuild them, try to get them a championship, and then next year, we'll move on to another team. So, what I first have to figure out is what team do I want to start off with? My original plan was to start off with the best team, right? Start off with the best team because it'll be easiest to rebuild the team that's already good. But I think we got 3 middle tier teams. I know in real life the Atlanta Hawks have been playing great. Indiana Pacers haven't been playing great. Milwaukee Bucks haven't been playing okay, but Chris Middleton's out. Anyway, I think I'm going to start with the Atlanta Hawks though. So let's try to rebuild the Atlanta Hawks. I do like Dwight Howard. He's having a heck of a season. But I figure if I trade Dwight, I wanted to throw in a first round pick along with it. My only complaint about this team is they're already old, you know? So this is a lot of these players' last ride, last opportunity for a championship. Like Kyle Korver is 35 years old right now. But okay, this trade looks very, very good. We're returning a big man who's actually pretty good. We're bringing back Al Horford to the team. And then we're also picking up Avery Bradley. We're throwing in Kent Bazemore, who I like, but that trade not too bad. This is probably going to be a longer video, and I know you guys like the longer video, so I'm not going to try to cut it anywhere. Or we could do this trade. Dennis Schroeder right now is our point guard, but I definitely, Kyle Lowry is an upgrade. So we're going to do the Kyle Lowry, Jonas Valanciunas trade. So there's that. We get another center along with that. So we'll probably trade Dennis Schroeder now that we really don't need him. He's pretty young, so he's probably got some nice trade value. So Dennis Schroeder in the first rounder. One thing about this team is that they got a lot of first round picks. And you guys know opposing GMs love first round picks for sure. So let's see what we can get. Dennis Schroeder. He got that big contract, man. Look at that trade. Pick up Rodney Hood and Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert can come off our bench, but you see that contract? That's huge. I don't know if I want to do that. But Rodney Hood's only making $1 million. So that kind of levels it out. So we'll come back to that trade. And then maybe the one we do, even if we got to flip somebody, I like that trade a bunch, so let's do that. If we got to trade Rodney Hood or Rudy Gobert a little bit later, that's fine. But I like what we got there. So let's try to move Bazemore and Malcolm Delaney. I forgot that he was even on this team. When undrafted, he's actually getting minutes right now because they really don't have a backup point guard. So Malcolm Delaney has been doing that for him. So Kent Bazemore. Let's throw in 2 first rounders with Kent Bazemore because I don't know what Kent Bazemore's trade value is. So I know first rounders can definitely increase that. We can bring in Chris Middleton. That sounds pretty good, right? Chris Middleton, or we could bring in Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's not really an upgrade. That Chris Middleton trade looks pretty good. That Chris Middleton trade definitely looks good. So let's try this. And we're getting back a first rounder for the future. Wait. We can't do that trade. Because this is our team. The one rule I have with this 3-team rebuild is I cannot make trades between each team. So I would not be able to make a trade with the Pacers. I would not be able to make a trade with the Bucks. I'm glad I caught that because that would have been pretty bad. But one thing I could do is make Rodney Hood a small forward. His overall goes up a bunch. Yo, that's a good move. So Rodney Hood's a small forward. So Kent Bazemore can come off our bench and I'll be fine with that. So this is a team right now. Kyle Lowry, Kyle Korver, Rodney Hood, Paul Millsap, Jonas Valanciunas. Off the bench, we got Rudy Gobert, who I'm thinking, honestly, I may be trading in a couple seconds. Thabo Sefolosha. One of these guys has to be traded. Thabo or Kent Bazemore. So we'll see who ends up staying and who ends up going. I'm going to trade Thabo Sefolosha in the first rounder for TJ Warren, who in real life has been playing pretty solid. I'm pretty sure he's injured at the moment, but he's surprised a bunch of people so far this year. So I'm going to be making TJ Warren our backup small forward. And now we really don't need Kent Bazemore either. So I know we did try to trade Kent Bazemore a couple minutes ago, but now we're going to do it again. Throw in a first rounder and a second rounder. See what we can get. I would like another point guard on this team because even though Malcolm Delaney's all right, Whoa. Huh. Okay. All right. Like sometimes trades are too good to pass up on. This is one of those trades. All right. Okay. Yes, we do have a lot of bigs right now. But whoa, right? DeAndre Jordan? All right, we got to trade Valanciunas or Rudy Gobert. But yeah, I like DeAndre Jordan as that starting center. All right, we're going to be doing this trade. Jonas Valanciunas for Evan Fournier in the second round. And I know if you're looking at overalls, that's a bad trade. But what we have on this team, that's actually a pretty good trade. We actually going to have Kyle Korver coming off our bench now. Evan Fournier is going to step up in that starting rotation. So Kyle Lowry, Evan Fournier, Rodney Hood, Paul Millsap, DeAndre Jordan, Rudy Gobert coming off the bench, which is crazy. TJ Warren, Kyle Korver, and Raymond Felton. I like the team, man. I'm going to make this a 9-man rotation. I really don't need Tiago Splitter getting minutes. But we still got a couple more picks. So, I'm not just going to let them go to waste. So, I'm going to do some small trades to make the bench a little bit better. And then I think we may be done with this team. All right, this is the last trade we're going to be doing. Bringing in J.R. Smith and Richard Jefferson, trading Tiago Splitter, Taurean Prince, that last first round and the second round pick that we have. And I'll show you guys the final rotation for the team now. Kyle Lowry, Evan Fournier, Rodney Hood, Paul Millsap, DeAndre Jordan, Rudy Gobert, TJ Warren, J.R. Smith coming off for bench, Kyle Korver, and now I'm going to go back to 10-man rotation so we can have a backup point guard there. I like what we got going on this team. I do think it's a championship contender. So now that we've rebuilt this team, hopefully we can win a championship, we're going to move over to the Pacers. Now, I think the Pacers are going to be the team we try to win with in year number 2. So, what we got to do? I want to make moves. This is weird, right? I have to make trades right now for next year. So give me a second. Let me figure out what's going to be smart for this team. I would like to tank with this team. So once we get into the off season, we can trade that first round pick in order to get something higher. So let's try to destroy this team in a way and not destroy it. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but I'm going to try my best to do it the right way. All right, honestly, this may be the only thing we do. I'm throwing Thaddeus Young back to Minnesota for their first round pick and John Lucas III. Not a big trade, but we get that first round pick, which could be worth something, depending on if the Timberwolves are actually good. And we got rid of Thaddeus Young, which is, that's going to make the team worse, right? So that's going to make our first round pick a little better, right? So this is the team for this year. Now we got to go to the Bucks and try to do something similar. So with the Bucks, we're planning for 2 years in the future. So one thing I definitely want to do is trade Greg Monroe because I don't think we're going to be re-signing him. They got a bunch of players under contract for a long time that don't deserve those contracts. John Henson, who else? Mason Plumlee is making $50 million over 4 years. We got to get rid of all those contracts, get them all off our books. And then in 2 years, once we get to rebuilding this team, we don't have to worry about that. But we got to make a trade. I want to pick up another first round pick for this team, but I don't want it to be for next year's draft. I want it to be for the year after that. I decided not to make any trades for the Bucks just yet. I'm just going to let the Bucks ride for year number 1. But we're going to focus on the Atlanta Hawks here. I'm going to simulate to the All-Star break. We'll take a look at the record of all 3 teams, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. All right, so our Atlanta Hawks are 33-23. Not the best, but not too bad. Right now we're in a playoff hunt. Definitely. Let's take a look at our other teams. The Pacers are 25-31, which is 8th in the East because the East is always so bad. And our last team, the Milwaukee Bucks, are horrendous, which is good for us because we get to rebuild them in a couple years. But of course, we're sticking to the Atlanta Hawks. That's our main priority right now. Kyle Lowry leading our team in scoring, not by a lot though, just because we have so many nice pieces that nobody's gonna really play like really good. Paul Millsap's actually not playing good this season. That's crazy. He's shooting only 40%. Atlanta Hawks fans, don't be mad at me for this, but I'm going to try to see what we can get for him. Why not put him on the trade block? You never really know, right? I can't get an upgrade. But I doubt it, but it's possible. Chris Bosh is not really an upgrade. I'm just exploring my options at this point, and my options are limited. So Paul Millsap stays. Okay. No trades then. I'm still confident that this team right here that we're looking at can win a championship. Still confident. So you know what? I'm going to let it ride out. See you guys in the playoffs. All right, Russell Westbrook wins MVP. Rookie of the Year went to Ben Simmons. Brandon Knight, Sixth Man of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, LeBron. Most Improved, D'Angelo Russell. Coach of the Year, Steve Kerr. All righty. So our Atlanta Hawks took off in that second half of the season. 51-31 was the final record. I'll show you guys the stats if you were wondering. Oh, that's not the stats. That's not the stats. Stats are this way. There are the stats. You know, we got 2 players on our team averaging over 10 rebounds and one dude almost averaging 10 rebounds. So, you know, we kill a glass a little bit. If you want to look at the other teams, this is what the Indiana Pacers ended, and that is what the Milwaukee Bucks ended. Neither of them made the playoffs. It's all focused on this Atlanta Hawks team. First round is against the Detroit Pistons. I feel like we're better than them. So you know what? That's just like the entire round. They shouldn't get a game from us. And I forgot to explain to you guys. If we don't win the championship with the Atlanta Hawks this year, that does not end the video. We're just going to continue to try to rebuild the other team. So maybe we go 2 for 3. If we don't get that one, then maybe go 1 for 3. If we don't get that one, then I don't know what to say, man. We just suck. But let's see how it goes. Right now, we're just destroying the Eastern Conference. Are we easily going to go into the Eastern Conference Finals? And we are. Against LeBron and Comp. Yo, are we going to sweep the East? No way. Okay, time out. Out of all the amazing teams that I have made in this 2K, right, we have never swept the entire conference until this team. And this team, I'm going to admit it, I'm confident that we can win a championship, but this is not like a really, really dominant team, yo. But you know what? We may sweep the East, and we did. Oh, that's crazy. The Portland Trailblazers made it all the way to the championship, going Game 7 in every single series. Game 7 against the Spurs. In Game 7 against the Spurs, Mason Plumlee stepped up for them. Game 7 against the Memphis Grizzlies. Damian Lillard and Alec Crabbe stepped up for them. In Game 7 against the almighty Warriors, CJ McCollum stepped up. That is crazy. Who's going to step up for them in this? We should blow. Are we going to sweep the playoffs? Oh my God. That is a first. That is a King of the Fourth Quarter rebuilding first. All right. We're 1 for 1. We're 1 for 1. The Atlanta Hawks get their second trophy as I drop my phone on the floor. So now we can go over to our settings, league automation. And once we get to the Atlanta Hawks, since we're done with the Atlanta Hawks, I'm not going to control them anymore. You see right there, I went from yes to no. So now the computer can control them. Whatever trades they want to do, they can do. Now we can just control, as you can see at the top left, either the Pacers or the Bucks. And we're going to go right to the Pacers. Go to the league meetings. Make sure they're not trying to improve anything stupid. No. And we're going to the draft. I mean, we're going to have a lottery pick, which is really good. And we also have a lottery pick for the Bucks. So we got to be smart here. So let me see. Can I see the draft order really fast? Where is that at? Draft order. Oh, it's going to show right here. What am I talking? What am I doing? So let it load in. I'm hoping that we have a top 5 pick. We have a top 5 pick, right? Nope. We have the 11th pick. Okay. All right. With the Bucks, we have what pick? The 7th pick and the 11th pick with the Pacers. So let's start off with the Bucks. Let's trade finder our pick. Because you guys know I never actually draft. I never do. Unless it's like one dude who's like about to come into the league as almost a 90, because it has happened to us. I never really draft. So you know what? Let's try to make some trades here. We can pick up Kemba for this team. He's on the contract for next year. And that we're rebuilding him next year. So why not make that trade? All right, so we're going to make this trade to pick up Kemba Walker and Marvin Williams for this Bucks team. And that's going to help them out a lot because they really didn't have a point guard. Matthew Dellavedova, that's not a starter quality point guard, am I right? But Kemba Walker is so. I also want to trade it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that trade. Miles Plumlee for a first rounder. Let's trade John Henson as well. I would like to get something similar. First rounder, there it is. Okay. So we're done making trades for that team. Wait, did I just make a trade with myself? I made a trade with the Pacers. Okay. We'll give that pick back later. I forgot. I was not supposed to do that. But okay, let's go over to the Pacers. Let's try to make a trade. Oh yeah, we did just pick up John Henson. What am I doing? Okay. I almost just made a trade with myself again. But this time we're not going to. There we go. That's a trade that I'll do. A first round and a second round, even though it is protected. First round is a first rounder. So here we are in the draft. Derek Favors, no. Harrison Barnes, no. He's going to take up too much cap space. CJ, though, that's an upgrade. But is he worth that contract, right? Because I figured that we can probably try to go out and sign somebody big. You see, we don't have many players in the contract, so we could bring in somebody from free agency to play alongside Paul George. So we should make a trade for something like this, an Avery Bradley trade, where we can make this trade for a guy who's not making a lot of money this year. So Avery Bradley's a prime, trade piece, I guess, at this moment. Unless we see something better for a little bit cheaper. But I think we're going to do that Avery Bradley trade. Okay, let's go back to it. Welcome to the team, Avery Bradley. You'll fit in nicely. And we can also trade Monte. Let's trade Monte. We can bring in, okay, let's see what we got here. A first rounder, Denzel Valentine, nah. Very similar situation where I don't want to make a trade for somebody making too much money. So this is going to be tough because I feel like everyone's making a lot of money at this point in the NBA. But if I can just dump him off for like a first rounder, that'd be cool. That's a first rounder. I'll do it with the Bulls. Okay. This is our team at the moment. We're going to simulate to the end. Get into the off season. Do some signings, hopefully, for our Pacers. I want to go big. I really want to go big right now. So let's see if we can. All right, guys, so here's a team we were able to put together. I struck out when it came to signing big names players. There was Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant was there. All them players stayed where they were at, which makes a lot of sense anyway. But we brought in Gallinari, Serge Ibaka, Rondo. Now, a lot of these people I brought in to be trade pieces because we got draft picks. And Gallinari, I'm sure if we throw a first-round pick with Gallinari, especially one from the Kings, we should be fine. We should get a player that's... I was going to say, there it is, but that's our team. I keep forgetting. We can't really do that. But yeah, we can pick up Chris Bosh. See if there's anything else. Derek Favors never performs the way I want him to whenever I make that trade. So yeah, Chris Bosh and Justice Winslow. I mean, I feel like I just disrespected Justice Winslow by ignoring his name, but the main attraction for that trade is Chris Bosh. Now that we have Chris Bosh, Serge Ibaka is expendable. Let's see if we can throw in 2 first rounders in Serge. What can we get? I would like to get a better point guard. We got Rondo on the squad, but come on now. You know what I mean? Rondo's not going to really get the job done. If we're trying to win a championship, even though Rondo has a ring of his own, at this age, I don't know if he can really do it. But honestly, I guess we can have Serge come off the bench. I know Justice has a lot of trade value, so maybe we throw 2 first rounders with Justice and see what we can get. I know I haven't really drawn up my own trade so far in this video, but the trade finder has been doing me well, but this time it has not. So if I'm just going to keep trying these players. If I can't see anything on trade finder, then I got no choice but to draw my own trade up because we got to win this championship. I can't settle for anything less but the best possible trades. And we're not getting offered them. So let me put my real GM pants on and try to make a trade myself. I know I just talked about how much I really like Bosh, but I have this tendency to say I really like a player and then trade them. This tendency continues right now. As we're trading Chris Bosh, 2 first rounders, Rajon Rondo, we're getting back Reggie Jackson and Andre Drummond. I like that trade. Now you're probably asking me, why am I going to make that trade when I already have Myers Turner? What we're going to do, we're going to make Myers Turner our starting power forward now. You see his overall even went up. But Myers Turner has a lot of trade value. Pacer fans, don't get too mad. But I figure we can probably get something really great for him just because he's got a 4-star value. Let's try to throw in Myles Turner and Jeff Teague. The reason I'm doing this is because Myles Turner is not making any money right now. So we need to balance out that by throwing in the guy that is. But even Trey Finder's not giving us much. We can bring in Devin Booker and Eric Bledsoe. Which you know what? It's not that bad of a trade. It's not that bad of a trade. I'm doing it. I pulled the trigger on that Myers Turner trade. I may regret it a little bit later, but hey, hopefully not. So now, instead of having Myers Leonard power forward, we actually have Serge Ibaka, which is not too bad. Not too bad. I don't like the tail end of our bench with Cole Aldridge and Nene. That's not going to cut it for a championship team. So we got to make more trades. Yo, this is the ultimate flip. Now, whenever I make trades for Eric Bledsoe, I don't really like him too much because in 2K, every time he's on my team, he never averages over 12 points. So we did trade Chris Bosh, but now we're in need of him. And he's going to start at power forward for us. This team is looking dangerous right now. Reggie Jackson, Devin Booker, Paul George, Chris Bosh, Andre Drummond. Off the bench, we got Avery Bradley, who's definitely a starter. Justice Winslow, definitely a starter. The tail end of this bench, again, not that great. But you know what? We can still make some trades here. I'm probably going to trade, Stanley Johnson and some second rounders to get a better backup point guard, right? I think we need a backup point guard. So let's see if we can get Marcus Smart and a first rounder. I'll take that trade, but let me just make sure there's nothing else. Larry Nance, he's not a point guard. I just like Larry Nance. He's my favorite Laker. So I just saw his name and I was like, ooh, but no, we don't need him. Where's that trade? The Marcus Smart trade. We're not going to think twice about it. Pull that trigger on that. So now Marcus Smart is our new backup point guard, which is great. I still don't like Nene being on our bench, but another backup power forward would do. And then we'll be done making trades with this team already. I think we made some pretty solid trades. So let's trade Sergio for a backup power forward, hopefully. And then we'll be all ready to sim games and hopefully win a championship with this team. We could pick up Trey Lyles. It's not a really good trade there. Oh, my favorite Laker. Make sure there's nothing else. It doesn't matter. My favorite Laker's coming to the team. He's almost an 80 overall after 1 year, which is great because, he's got a lot of potential. So here's the final team with the Indiana Pacers. I think this team is better than the Atlanta Hawks team from last season. Reggie Jackson, Devin Booker, Paul George, Chris Bosh, Andre Drummond, Avery Bradley, Larry Nance Jr., Justice Winslow, Marcus Smart, and Cole Aldridge is going to be our backup center. I like this. We are ready to sim games. If you want to see how the Bucks were going to be doing in year number 2, even though it doesn't really matter to us, they have Kemba, Giannis. Yeah, you can see the tape. I actually sent Giannis to potential camp along with Jabari Parker. I think we had 3, so also threw Thon Maker in there. So all those guys should get better for year number 3 when we have to rebuild them. But let's go ahead and simulate some games with the Indiana Pacers. I'll see you guys at the All-Star break. All right, our Pacers are sitting at 35-21. The Bucks are actually sitting at 34-22. So both teams are doing pretty good, man. They may have to see each other in the playoffs at one point. But let me show you the stats right here. Paul George leading the way. Drummond second. I thought maybe Reggie Jackson, Devin Booker maybe second, or even Chris Bosh, but it's Andre Drummond. So good for him. So those are the stats. Take a look at the stats for the Bucks. Kemba's doing his thing. The Greek Freak doing his thing as well. I'm not gonna make any trades with our Pacers. I just figured that once we get to the playoffs, we can steamroll teams. So I'm gonna see you then. Russell Westbrook wins MVP again. Rookie of the Year went to that guy. Sixth man goes to Joakim Noah. Defense Player of the Year, Anthony Davis. Most Improved went to Brandon Ingram, who almost averaged 20 points a game his second season. So good for him. And our boy, Coach Bud, wins Coach of the Year. Yes. So that kind of lets you know that we played pretty well, 53-29. Look at this team. The Bucks are also in the playoffs. We may have to face them. We'd have to face them in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think both teams are going to make it that way, but you never really know. Isn't it funny that the team that's the first seed is a team we used to control? So a team that I rebuilt is still doing their thing. And we're talking about this team. They pretty much stuck with everything I gave them year number 1. And you know what? They started off pretty good, trying to repeat. But hopefully we can stop them. Indiana Pacers against Chicago Bulls. See how it goes. We win game 1, game 2, game 3. Oh, our Bucks got eliminated, but we're not worried about the Bucks in this video. So we lose 1 game to the Chicago Bulls, but we still get to the second round. The Bucks lose in 5. No problem. We'll be back next year, Bucks. Don't worry. But right now, let's focus on these Pacers. So 2-1 against the Philadelphia 76ers, 3-1. And yes, we're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals against the team that rebuilt. This is still my team. Well, it's not my team, but they win game 1. Game 2, no. Okay, fight. We got eliminated. Oh, man. So the best we could do is 2 for 3 in this video. Did we rebuild this Hawks team so good that they're going to go for a repeat? They repeated, yo. I'm still the GOAT for that. I'm taking full credit for that. Wow. beat the Spurs with Kawhi, Powell, LaMarcus. They still got TP, Manu. Wow, that is crazy. But guess what, guys? You know what time it is? We're going to go over to League Automation. We're going to head over to the Pacers. That was a fail, but we are no longer going to control them. So the only team we can control right now is the Milwaukee Bucks. So hopefully we can end this video 2 out of 3. I thought maybe we can go 3 out of 3 because that team we just built with the Pacers was really good. But hey, you know, sometimes 2K doesn't want you to win. So let's go over to the NBA draft. Since we didn't make the playoffs, we're not going to have a high draft pick, but we can still make some trades or something. Let's see what we got here. All right. So Kemba, he did his thing. He kind of led them to the playoffs. Marvin Williams, on the other hand, you know, he's kind of expendable, right? You would throw him and get 2 first-round picks in return. Let's do that. Jaron Sullinger, I want to expose Matthew Dellavedova for a first-rounder. I'm really just trading all these pieces that aren't part of like the core. And I'm going to rebuild this team similar to how we just did that last team, where we try to go big in the free agency market. And if we don't, we just sign solid players and then we trade those solid players to make the team really good. That's the plan right now. So we pretty much traded everybody except for our core guys. That'd be Jabari Parker, Giannis, Chris Middleton, and I guess Thon Maker can stay on the team too. So go over to team and player options. Thon Maker. I don't want Rashad Vaughn back. Nah, he's not going to crack the rotation. So why give him that money? Jabari Parker, yes. My free agents. Jabari wants a bunch of money. So we're just going to let him settle for that like restricted free agent deal. Everybody else can walk though. So free agency, here I come. All right, boys. So here is our team at the moment. We got, of course, the Greek Freak who progressed pretty well after we sent him to potential camp last year. Kemba Walker, we signed Carmelo Anthony. Why did I sign a 34-year-old Melo? I wanted to kind of see what his trade value will be. And if it's not that high, we'll keep him. And it says that the Greek Freak's second position is a shooting guard. So maybe we'll put him over as shooting guard, Carmelo at small forward. But anyway, Chris Middleton's still there. Sean Kilpatrick, Patrick Beverley, Thon Maker. This is the team. The team does not look great at the moment. But you know what? What can make them great? I can. Melo, let's just see what we can get. Let's send Melo back to New York. Or I could pick up DeMar DeRozan. Or Damian Lillard. Okay. All right. What if I throw in another first? We got a bunch of first rounders here. We can pick up Damian Lillard and CJ, but they want Chris Middleton in return. Yo, this is crazy. Okay. Damian Lillard. I want Damian Lillard. You cannot beat Damian Lillard's drive, man. I'm telling you, you can't beat it. So Dame Dollar, welcome to the team. Melo, I know you signed here. You thought you were safe, but no, son, you weren't. You see, I mean, he's kind of from New York, so I threw in son. All right. What does our team need at this moment? We don't have a center. Kelly Olynyk is our best center. So Kemba, since we have Dame Dollar, we don't really need Kemba, even though he is the reason. Ooh, Jimmy. What's good, bro? What's good, Jimmy? Yo, we can still pick up Porzingis. The trades are lit. Wow. Okay. I want to see if I made Porzingis our starting center, what would his overall go to? We're going to find out. I would guess it either stay the same or go up just because he's so tall. His overall stays the same. Great. Oh my God, our team is looking good, but we ain't done just because we got so many picks. Who's this guy? He just came over. Whoa, his 3 is a 90. What's his trade value, though? Because, I mean, he looks fine and everything, but, I mean, if his trade value is high, we can bring in somebody better. Why not? Why not? Jay Crowder, Taj, I'm not seeing nothing here. Okay. All right. Okay. So he can probably stay. Instead, let's try to trade Chris Middleton. I'm sorry, Bucks fans. I'm sorry. But if we can get something better, I'm gonna do it. I'm always looking to upgrade the team. And Chris Middleton may have to be a martyr for the city of Milwaukee. Let's see. We can pick up Jaylen Brown and Jay Crowder. Not too bad of a trade there. All right. Let's keep going to see if we see another shooting guard that's a little better. No. Okay. All right. So I'm going to manually put together some trades. We got too many picks and too many solid pieces not to make another big trade. I liked what I saw when I saw Jimmy come across my screen. So we're going to try to make that trade for Jimmy. He's a valuable asset. I know that. That's why we want him. We're just going to keep throwing in first rounders till they say good deal. Come on. We got 2 more slots. Yes! Jimmy Butler is now on the team. Oh my God. Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Wow, Jabari Parker and Porzingis. The bench is really lacking at this moment. Too many centers, but you know who has a lot of trade value? Our boy Thon. That's because we sent him to potential camp a couple years ago, and his potential is probably going to come back and help us because he's a 3-star value. Look at that. We could pick up Jahlil Okafor, which, I mean, I don't know if we really want to, but we could. Emmanuel Mudiay. Or we can do this trade. So, look, we are no longer controlling the Pacers. So I can make that trade. I can pick up Chris Dunn, but I would much rather have Devin Booker. Devin Booker and Justice Winslow are going to be coming off our bench, and it's going to be amazing. So let me look at that right now. Devin Booker, Justice Winslow. We're still not done, though. We got so many picks. Why not just get our teams that much better? Oh, we don't have that many first rounders anymore because we threw them all for Jimmy. But I guarantee you it will be worth it if we win this championship. It could be 2 out of 3 on this 3-team rebuild video, which is probably really, I can't see how long I've been recording. I mean, I can see how long I've been recording, but I can't really tell you how much of that footage I'm going to cut. But one thing I can tell, this is probably going to be a really long video. So if you're at this point in the video, I want you to comment, Jimmy G Buckets. Just that's all I need to know. If you're at this point in the video, comment Jimmy G Buckets and I'll know that you're the real GOAT. That's all I need to know, man. But let's continue to try to flip these players. If I can't see anything with this trade, find a trade, I'm just going to draw it up myself. Josh Richardson and Michael Beasley, not too bad to come off our bench. Joffrey Laverne, no, we don't really need that. Sean Kilpatrick, Denzel Valentine, no thanks. But Cameron Payne and Domantas Sabonis is not a bad trade. So we'll do that one. That'll bring in a backup point guard that's a little bit better than Patrick Beverly. And then a backup center who I can trust. Aaron Baines, you cool, but I mean, I don't know if I can trust you. I actually think I'm done making trades at this point. So I'll show you guys the rotation again. Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Giannis, Jabari Parker, Porzingis, Devin Booker, Justice Winslow, Cameron Payne, Domantas Sabonis, and I'm going to make it a 9-man rotation. And we got Coach Pop. This is guaranteed championship. Guaranteed championship. Guaranteed 70-win season. I may be pushing a little bit with that, but all I got to say is this team looks nice. And they're young. This team is going to be very, very young in winning the championship. Kevin Durant wins MVP. This guy wins Rookie of the Year. Joakim Noah wins 6th Man of the Year. Again, I think Defense Player of the Year went to Anthony Davis, again for sure. D'Angelo Russell wins Most Improved, and Coach Kevin McHale, coaching the Warriors now, wins Coach of the Year. Now, I thought it was going to be our coach. I thought it was going to be Pop, man. We're 66-17. Look at our stats for the season. Everybody did their thing out there. Everybody. I didn't even know I had Trevor Ariza on our team, but I guess we do. We're ready for the playoffs, though, boys. We finished with the best record in the East. Should be a sweep. This first round, at least. Not saying the entire Eastern Conference, but this first round should be a sweep. And it is. Next round, we're going against the team that we rebuilt, the Indiana Pacers. So let's see how they do. We win game 1. Oh, we're going to sweep them? Nope, we're not going to sweep them, but I still think we're going to get out there with a W. And we do Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. No, we came too far for this. Yes, Game 5 is a big game. Game 5 is always a big game. And we're going against the LA Lakers in the championship. I got to see the team. Got to see the team, right? Deloading. Brandon Ingram. They got the same team. They picked up Festus. I mean, they got the same core. That's what I'm trying to say. Our team is better. So let's get into it. Game 1, yes. Game 2, yes. Game 3, yeah. Did we sweep them? Nope. Oh, they fight back. They take one game. but that's all she wrote for them. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. This is actually one of the most fun rebuilds I've done on 2K, just because I succeeded at 2 out of 3. I did this on NBA 2K16 back in the day and only did 1 out of 3 successfully. So 2 out of 3 is not bad. Look at this. We ended up with 390 overalls, an 88. This team was stacked. Now, I mentioned this in previous videos. I'm really not having that much fun on NBA 2K17 anymore. So that's why I really posted at this point. But if you guys really enjoyed this video, I need you guys to smash that like button. Comment Jimmy G Buckets if you're at this point. I don't know how long this video is going to be, as I mentioned, but it's got to be a long one. So comment Jimmy G Buckets if you're the real MVP and you just watched us win 2 championships. It has been the King of the Fourth Quarter. I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching.